Its statement on XRP has recently put the United States Federal Reserve in the news. David Delfato, senior vice president of the St. Louis Federal Reserve Branch, has underlined the possible integration of RippleNet for payment processing. Particularly stressed has been RippleNet's dependence on XRP to enable these transfers. Directly quoting David Delfato, the Fed could give an outside organization like Ripple settlement duties. Should this happen, it points to a notable rise in the value of XRP, maybe to $10,000. Furthermore, one should highlight that the Federal Reserve's action is not unexpected. A few weeks or maybe a month ago, the Federal Reserve issued an official statement recognizing the possible involvement of XRP and XLM by improving the blockchain element of their FedNow payment system. Ripple, famed for its creative cross-border payment solutions and open-source financial transaction technology, is in the spotlight. Driving XRP's value to unheard-of heights will likely be mostly influenced by Ripple's technology included into the FedNow payment system. Hello, Moneyside family, your reliable source for everything XRP connected. Before we plunge, please do me a favor and smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications to help us build our community. Once we reach 60,000 subscribers, we are also running an amazing XRP giveaway. 3 easy steps make it simple to enter the contest. Therefore, be sure to complete everything. Leave a hashtag Moneyside in the comments to claim your place. Today's subject lets us jump right in. Our emphasis is on Ripple's partnership with the Federal Reserve as formally reported on the federalreserve.gov site. The report called the U.S. Path to Faster Payments in its first section, the Faster Payment Task Force Approach, recognizes Ripple as a major partner with the Federal Reserve for payment solutions. The paper particularly highlights Ripple's capacity to enable real-time global payments, which usually take 2 to 4 days with minimal tracking and cost openness. Ripple changes this by providing immediate settlement and total transparency on payment status and fees. We then find that Ripple and the Federal Reserve have worked together on domestic payments as well. Viewers can pause and read the many papers backing this. A vital passage from the report discusses the cooperation of central banks, including the Bank of England, the Federal Reserve, and Ripple working with the Saudi Arabian Monetary Authority to improve domestic payment systems. The report's mention of Ripple Labs' innovation at the basic level of payment processing, stressing the provision of a free real-time settlement infrastructure worldwide, is another intriguing feature. With the Federal Reserve intending to use and carry out Ripple's decentralized peer-to-peer settlement system, it suggests that current fund transfer systems will be replaced. Looking back, there were early signs of this evolution. Roughly a year ago, during a Federal Reserve segment on Fox News on investigating a digital US, the Ripple logo was front and center. Moreover, organizations including the Bank of International Settlements, BIS, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, and the Federal Reserve Board have all added Ripple to their operating in the shadows partners list, indicating their interest in Ripple's technology. Exploring further the fascinating realm of global finance reveals that the Bank of International Settlements, BIS, manages a major share of the world's wealth. Ripple's entrance into this domain is a development to be noted. A statement from the Department of the Interior cites Jess Chan, a senior counsel on the Frederickshire Board of Governors. Former Deputy General Counsel at Ripple, Jess is said to be leading this effort. For those who enjoy the small print, there is much to unpack here since everything is rather related. But that's only the beginning. Many of you could be surprised by what I am about to disclose. The Federal Reserve recently cautioned on possible bank losses brought on by real estate pressures and increasing interest rates. Curiously, they've been talking about this with various partners since early March. Furthermore, looks like the EU and BRICS are going to use XRP. The European Union has even suggested that the new digital euro would be based on XRP, therefore controlling wealth transfers using the XRP ledger. Many studies back this assertion, suggesting XRP's value is about to rise. A top authority forecasts a near-term rise to $500.50 with possibility to $10,000 as it becomes worldwide appeal. Arthur Brito, a Ripple co-founder, is credited with this knowledge. Diving into the video reveals a fast-changing story for XRP. Beyond the SEC versus Ripple story, we are now seeing BRICS countries forcefully choose to build their central bank digital currency on the XRP ledger in cooperation with Ripple. News breaking indicates that BRICS' advocated central bank digital currency will be a major worldwide financial tool. Ripple's vast network inside every BRICS country also has supporting data, which we will investigate thoroughly. Starting our trip in Brazil, where a revolutionary event has taken place, working with Ripple, Brazil has introduced a radical crypto on-demand liquidity tool. This project is a major advancement in the financial technology scene of the nation. Our focus now shifts to Russia. Comprehensive papers show a strategic change by President Putin away from the petrodollar and the USD. Given SWIFT's choice to leave Russia out of its payment system, Ripple Labs has seen a significant turn. The aim, to create a Russian CBDC, central bank digital currency, on the XRP ledger. This action not only offsets the SWIFT prohibition, but also uses the distributed character of the XRP ledger to guarantee Russia's ongoing involvement in world finance, therefore changing attention to India. Ripple is leading the way on another important project, driving India's ambitious Digital Rupee initiative. All supported by Ripple Labs technology, this initiative marks a significant step forward in India's path toward a complete worldwide CBDC. However, the narrative continues. China as well has joined the battle, working with Ripple to penetrate the domain of central bank digital currencies. This cooperation shows Ripple's growing impact in the worldwide financial scene. The story is same in Africa. The 2022 African Blockchain Report highlights the rising importance of CBDCs on the XRP ledger all across the continent. The study states that more than a dozen other African nations as well as South Africa have embraced Ripple and XRP for their payment processing systems. This widespread use emphasizes the ledger's growing relevance in Africa's financial system. At last, XRP was underlined in a recent BRICS report as a top digital asset for payment systems. This support from BRICS confirms XRP's status as a major player in the digital currency sector. Given recent events, XRP price forecasts have increased dramatically, with some especially interesting ones drawing our notice. Public predictions by top financial authorities of an XRP price of $500.50 naturally drives a thorough investigation. Our results pointed us to an interesting source, ChatGPT, a top artificial intelligence bot. By 2024, this artificial intelligence indicated 4 cryptocurrencies, XRP, Ripple, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano, as being set for an incredible 100,000% rise. Given Arthur Brito, co-founder of Ripple, viewpoint, such a price point for XRP should not be surprising. He sees XRP at $10,000, a value he thinks it was meant to reach. Brito underlines XRP's scalability as well, able to meet the financial demands of the estimated $7.5 billion worldwide population. Therefore, in this setting, what does $1.50 imply? $1.50 is only a stepping stone toward XRP's actual possible value in the grand scheme of things. Reaching the intended target for XRP of $10,000, though, calls for worldwide scalability and significant financial throughput using the XRP ledger. 21 nations have formally decided to abandon the US dollar, therefore strengthening this trend. Virtual institutions are working more and more with artificial intelligence to create CBDCs on the XRP ledger. This change points to a rising trend of central banks working with Ripple, and more significantly, including the XRP ledger into their activities. A testimony to this trend is the recent choice by Dubai's central bank, which just 3 days ago completely supported XRP for use. Dubai's action is yet another sign of XRP's increasing worldwide acceptance and use. Remember, I am not a qualified financial advisor. The material shown in these films is solely for amusement. Before deciding financially, I always advise people to do their own study and speak with experts. Thank you very much for watching. Should you like the video, please thumbs it up, and remember to press the subscribe button. Be the first to know when I publish fresh material by also ensuring the notifications are on. I'm looking forward to catching up with you in the